Hello, welcome to video 2. This one is a science one, all about observing changes over time. So observing means looking, watching, noticing. Changes is when there's something different, so a bit like spot the difference. You can see the thing that's changed here is the square has got bigger, but we're not just going to do it where we can see the change straight away. We're going to be doing it over time. So the idea with this is that you plan the investigation and you can decide what you want to observe. So that's the first thing to do. I'm going to give you 3 ideas. You can do the same as me, or you can choose something different to suit you and your home, the things that you've got. The first thing that I decided to look at, the first idea, was actually a tree in my garden, and I've noticed how that has changed over time. I'll just show you a picture of that now. Okay, so you can see it's got some blossom on it. It started off very closed, quite a dark pink, and then it opened up and the pink seems a lot lighter, and it's much more, the flowers are much more open now. Okay, another thing you might decide to observe is maybe if you've got some plants in your house. So this is my second idea. And if you can see the part of your plant is growing, you might like to measure how much it's growing by and how it's changing. So this one's got a little bud on the side here, and you could use maybe a ruler to measure something like this, or a tape measure. Or if you haven't got those things, you could use string and then just mark on how much it's changed by. I'm going to go for the ruler, so I'll measure it like that. I can see it's about 1/2 centimetre. So I'll measure it again tomorrow, and then I'll be able to see how much it's changed, and I'll keep doing that every day. My third idea is to use some seeds or parts of vegetables. So if we were doing this in school, we would have done it with some seeds, and then we would have grown them into plants a bit like this. These are actually cucumber ones. We would have measured the change in height, how much it's growing by. But you might not have those seeds at home, that's fine. But if you have got something like cress or any kind of seed really, you could put it in some soil or in some water and see how it grows. If you haven't got seeds, you could give it a try with vegetables. You might like to do lots of different ones like I've done. You might want to do the same one a few times and see if you always get the same results, or you might like to just choose one thing and really focus on that, that's fine. You can try it with lots of different fruits or vegetables. I've heard pineapple is pretty good, but I didn't have a pineapple, so I'm using the things that I've got. So one of the things I had is a clove of garlic. So I've just taken the clove and put it in there, into the soil. I also had some spring onions. So I've got the roots in the water there, and we can see if we notice any changes. If you haven't got soil, you could try it in water instead. These two are both carrots, so I've just repeated that one to see if I get the same results. This one is an avocado, which I'm the stone of an avocado, which I'm floating in the water. And I just had these little flag cocktail sticks, so again, use what you've got at home. And the last one is a potato, so I'm going to see what happens to that potato. So when you've decided what you want to observe, one of these 3 ideas or your own, then have a pause and think about some predictions. So if we just have a pause now, and maybe if you want to make some predictions about this investigation, and then next time you watch the video you can see if the results match up with your prediction. Okay, so have a pause now, have a think. What do you think is going to happen? Okay, so hopefully you've had a chance to think about it. I'm going to make some predictions as well. I think, because I've done this one before, so I think this one will have a little stalk and then some green leaves at the top. That's my prediction. I think if I'm very, very patient with this one and I keep checking it, maybe 2 or 3 weeks from now, I think we're going to have a little shoot and a stem coming out of the garlic then. I'm not too sure about the spring onion, so I've not done that one before. But I think we might get a bit of growth on maybe the roots, or maybe at the top here. The carrots, I'm not too sure, might get some growth coming out of the top. Avocado, if we're really lucky, I think we might get a shoot out of the top there, but it depends on the avocado. So we'll just have to wait and see. if you do notice with any that you've got in water like this, if they start to go mouldy, it's probably best to stop that one and try again with something else. And then the last one, my prediction with the potato, I've looked really closely and I can see that it's just got a very small shoot there. So my prediction is that that shoot is going to get longer. Okay, so they're my predictions. I'll show you the results next time. If you want to have a go at doing an investigation and sending your pictures in, that would be great. I'll put the email address at the end of the video again. But yeah, make some changes and some predictions. Don't forget to record them as well. So once you've measured them, made your predictions, you might like to record them in a table like this. I've got the different vegetables on the top and the days going down the side. So I'm on day 1 now. For my carrot, I've said no growth on the top or the sides. So we'll see if that changes. So try and get some nice detail on that. I'll put that in the plan for you as well. But if you don't want to record it in a table, that's fine. You can maybe take photos or just make some quick notes. Yeah, and have fun with it. It'd be great to see your pictures. Okay, bye bye now.